Hi, Olive Sector. Tailspin here. Just before I get into turn two, I just want to say that I did a little video here on the diplomacy tab. So if you're unsure what to do in there, you can hear about some of the features in there. So here we are at turn two. I'm in the middle. Now I can see all you around here. So not a normal setup. So what I've done is this purple line, this corner, is I've made an imaginary edge of the map for a typical game. So let's assume that a typical game would be a rectangular map, and I am situated in the top left of that map. So my home world and my 360 degree or light year radius circle, and I took a guess that there's probably a home world there, somewhere around there. And then I took a guess that there's probably one here. And what I did was I added two circles to them to show you something. The red circles indicate sensor sweep. So if I have a ship here on that planet and I set it to sensor sweep, it will scan up to 200 light years. Same here. The purple circle is 300 light years. And this is the ship scan range. And what that means is that this planet or ship, whatever's here at this planet, automatically scans everything here. There's a certain point in the host order where you don't activate this. It's not a special ability. It just automatically scans out to 300 light years. So that means if I have a ship within that circle, or say this guy moves a little closer, and here, and 300 light years, purple. So if he moves a little closer, if he has a ship here, he automatically can see out to there. So on my first turn, or this turn, if I sent my large deep space freighter to here, and it's out in the open here, and he has a ship there, he will automatically see me and probably take a very good guess at where my homeworld is. So what I am doing here is, I'll show you what I found on my first planet. It has a few minerals, not much, something I can use, so I do need some mines there. And it has insectoid feudal. And there's a page on native governments in the how-to files, how to play files, and it'll tell you that feudal governments tax at 100%. And of course, insectoid double tax. So I am going to get a good amount of mega credits out of this planet, but not a lot of minerals. So what I did is I used my draw tool and I added 1.0 for 100%. It's a trick I learned from someone else. It just helps me to memorize. Remember, this planet taxes at 100%. My homeworld does as well. It's the default for your colonists. It's feudal government. And I also noticed that this planet is 56 degrees. So anywhere close to 50 is a planet where colonists are going to grow pretty well. So if I dump a couple loads of clans on there, they will grow quite quickly. So that's why I turn the planet green by clicking on the planet. And this little square up here, you can choose different colors. So I chose green for that, because I know my clans will grow on that planet. So that's what I found there. So I didn't feel that was an amazing planet for Starbase. Could still use it, but it's not amazing. So what I did, or what I plan to do, is I've loaded this freighter up with enough minerals to build a starbase. Oops. 900 mega credits for the starbase. Okay, sorry about that. I'm sick right now, so I loaded out with minerals and mega credits for a starbase in a box. I added 150 supplies, 150 clans, and just filled in the rest with clans to build. The goal is to build 150 factories and then 150 mines in the second turn. Because I want to start developing this area and I'm going to need supplies. So I need factories and mines on this planet. So I need the mega credits for that. So 150 times 3 is 450. And anyway, it was about 2,000 is what I'm going to send up here. I'm just taking a gamble that might be a good planet. And as you can see, 181 layers is one turn. So at that point, I am going to be visible to anyone within 300 light years. So if I make another circle there, 300 light years, make it purple again. So there, anyone within that circle is going to be able to immediately scan me. The only way that's going to happen is if somebody has a hyperdrive ship. They built one on turn 1 and they're jumping in to look for me. So there is a way to get across these open gaps very early in the game within the first 2 turns so that you cannot be seen. So my goal will be jump across there. I'll be visible the next turn, and hopefully that's a decent planet. My other medium deep space freighter here has dropped 10 clans, 10 supplies, 40 mega credits. I'll build 10 mines and wait for a large deep space freighter to come up behind it and load it up with more clans. And then I set him off to scout this planet. Starbase wise, I was thinking I could see, I had a lot of options. I didn't have to go way out here. I didn't have to take this gamble. I could have moved clans right away and started getting money and so on. I also thought about sending like a Brynhild class escort out because they have a bioscan and it detects 20% of all native life. With a couple scans, I'd be able to know most of the natives that are in this cluster. So I thought about it, but I don't like the cargo space. It's not very good for moving clans or moving anything around. There's certainly something to be said to find the natives, to know exactly where they are. I might still do it, but I think because I'm sending one of my large deep space freighter away from my homeworld, I'm going to put out a second large deep space freighter for this turn. This is also the turn where a lot of people build a mine layer because it'll come out. This is ship 18. It'll be like ship 25 or something like that. So it'll have a low ID. It'll sweep first, and that's often good to have, but I am not going for that. So that is my turn. I did sort of look at what your builds were and your medium deep space freighters, and I looked at the different combinations that you can find out there. A lot of people loaded their medium deep space freighters differently. It would appear that Rurup forgot to build a ship. That is a sad thing to see. And he sent molybdenum over here. I assume that was an accident. I'm not sure why he would do that. This one, this is a common one I've seen. This is to build 50, up to 50 factories and drop more clans where you need them. So there's just different ways to scan. That's what I did, or it could also be to build 100 mines on one planet. That's for 300 or 100 factories. Lag took a chance at going across here. Anyway, so on. So there's different ways to do it, but just make sure you know what you want to do with that medium deep space freighter. Think about what's following it and what this large deep space freighter can do if it follows. So anyway, that is my turn too. I dropped a scouting party, moved on to scout another planet, taking a risk to build a starbase, but I'm going in open space to potentially reveal, it might potentially reveal me, but I've sort of put it in a spot where I shouldn't be scanned, hopefully not. And I'm building another RJ Sprader to start trucking clans over to here. Alright, so that is my turn too, and I'll talk to you next time.